Hi everybody. Hey, I'm doing a video today about Mormonism. It's been a while. And what it's like to be, to grow up Mormon in Utah, in the heart of Salt Lake City Valley, uh, actually Murray, Utah, which is a suburb of Salt Lake. I met today with a friend. We went to high school together. Yay, she lives here in Phoenix. So we had a fun talk. And so I was asking her some questions that I couldn't quite remember some of all the details of some stuff that we went through and a friend went through being raised in Utah by fanatical Mormon parents. So, and I'm not going to mention any names here, but we had a friend who was in high school. Her parents were worse than my parents. They were super hardcore fanatical Mormons. And if you grow up in Utah, you know what that means. Yeah. Anyway, because not everyone is raised with the kind of parents that she had or that I had. Some are more mellow, which is thank God. But mine were pretty fanatical, hardcore, and hers were even worse. Now, her father, this woman, and she was a really good friend. She was my roommate for a while, right out of high school. She started dating a black guy. And her dad completely flipped out, and I mean completely flipped out. She was, I think, a senior in high school. After he found that out, he chained her to her bed. Chained her, and I was asking her specifics about this. My friend who lives here, this was not her, we were both friends with her. She lived across the street from this friend, so she had more details. Her father chained her to the bed, literally handcuffs and a chain to the bed. She couldn't do anything. She's stuck. Now, I don't know how she got food or how she went to the bathroom, but her dad chained her to the bed. So she called my friend who lives here across the street. She called her and said, "Hey, can you come over and visit me? I can't come out, so you need to come visit me." So because she was going to come over and visit, I guess she was allowed to have a friend come over because she went to church and she was Mormon. So the friend came over. Because she came over, the dad took the chain off of her so that she could come visit. And she was pretty astonished at what she saw as far as this friend being chained to the bed. That she saw the chain, she saw the handcuffs. And somewhere after that visit, well, because she was unchained for a moment, she was able to open the window in her bedroom. And at some point after the visit with the one friend, she snuck out of the back window and ran away. Now, she didn't run away for that long. She was a senior in high school. She didn't have money. She didn't have a place to stay, nothing. So she ended up coming back home. She had to promise that she would not date or see this guy anymore. The dad sealed the windows shut so that she could not run away again. And she had to promise that she wouldn't date this guy anymore. So she followed those rules. But and she did not, I think as soon as she was able, we all graduated from high school. She moved out pretty quickly and kind of never came back. And then found a boyfriend and married him and off to her new life. A white guy, by the way. Anyway, and she left the church because that's just crazy. But this is what happens sometimes in the Mormon church, this really extreme behavior. Controlling behavior. That's like, and another example, and I've mentioned this before, my parents, for a while, because me and my two sisters wouldn't go to church, We didn't want to go to church. Hey, that was it. But you had to go to church. We wouldn't go to church. So they decided to starve us. That was the only way they felt that was the only way that they could get us to go to church, was to not feed us. Now, at that age, I think I was 16, Charlene, my two sisters, 15 and probably 13, something like that. We kind of doubled down. We doubled down on no way, we're not going to church. So our behavior got much worse. We would sneak out. We would go hitchhike up the street, up State Street. Not very smart, but that was the only way we could get away. And it finally stopped when, this happened 2 summers in a row. It didn't happen during the winter when we, winter, fall, winter, spring, when we had to go to school. It stopped, but 2 summers in a row. So my grandparents came to visit us. My dad drove to Oregon, brought him back, and my grandparents stayed with us. After that, because they had to feed us and we all had to act like one happy family. They decided after that to start feeding us again. Anyway, crazy, right? That's the Mormon church. So some of these things that you see as far as like the happy Mormon church people who are on Dancing with the Stars and some other shows, I assure you that there's a lot of stuff happening that nobody talks about, or you have to find some YouTube videos where people are talking about this kind of stuff. This is the Mormon church. Crazy, fanatical, religious people. And I have a lot of stories I could tell, and there's just a lot of crazy families and crazy parents. But that's my story. That is my friend's story. This is not normal. And the fact that somebody thinks that this is okay, that this kind of behavior is okay, that shows the mentality and the importance of religion in their lives and how extreme people can go to, the extreme lengths that people go to get you to stay in the church so that we can all be a happy family in the hereafter, in the celestial kingdom. It is that important to them. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. It's crazy. Let me know if you had crazy parents or were around any kind of really extreme behavior, religious behavior around that. Anyway, that's it. Have a great day, everyone.